Hello, you're right. I won't lie, I'm only doing this video today because I've actually put makeup on and I thought, don't waste the opportunity, Chloe. Do not waste the opportunity. I don't often, it's the end of the day makeup now, I don't really have much on left, but you know, I got ready for the day. I had the afternoon off on Auntie Chloe babysitting duties. Just got home and I thought, video, get it done. Now today's video is all around body acceptance, body confidence, and what things to remember when we are having a bad body image day. Now this actually comes because last week I was really struggling. I've got back training. Just to give you a lowdown, if you're new here, hi, I talk a lot about spirituality, body confidence, self-love, and periods. And if you don't know, then for 2.5 years I lost my period, and now I have had 3 recovery periods. So I've decided to go back training with a completely new mindset, and I have been loving it. However, I did kind of forget that, how do I describe it? Right. Training, when you exercise, training is a stress on the body, right? And I've had quite a lot on recently, which had meant that when I was training and then add in like a lot that was going on, my body was quite stressed, and I found that I was very inflamed. I was holding a lot of water weight and I was really struggling with it, because where I had like DOMs and stuff like that, it's quite normal for when we start a new training program to feel bigger than what we actually are, because like exercise is stress in the body, which will cause inflammation, which might make us hold a little bit of water or might make our muscles swell a little bit where it is inflamed. It's completely normal, and I kind of forgot about that, and then I really struggled with body image, and I probably wasn't resting as much as maybe I should, bearing in mind, so my workouts now is 2 weight sessions a week, and then I do like a run or like a fit class, FIT, the app class. I don't really do anything ridiculously high intensity just because I'm still a little bit panicked. Long story short, I was having a real bad body image week. Some days I'd feel fine, but I found myself like checking myself in the mirror, and I found myself just feeling really big and quite anxious about my body, and I was like, hey, that's weird, I haven't had this in a while. So I just rested all weekend, and I actually had a few gyms at the weekend. What else? I went to the gym. I just kind of like went through the emotions. I journaled quite a bit, and then I had my epiphanies this morning, which I tend to do, and I tend to write a lot more of my epiphanies on Instagram. If you are watching this on Instagram, then you probably are very aware of my random brain farts that I post on Instagram. And the post actually did really well. I'll pop it here. And I thought I would share with those tips in a video, because I think it's quite hard to put what I was trying to say in just a couple of points, and it might be better for us to go through them. So these are my top things that I will need to remember, and I feel like most of us girls should remember if we are having a body image day or week or month or whatever, just maybe a bad body image time. I want to do number 1, then like points, like numbers, but I always forget what number I'm on, don't I? So maybe I'll just say, so the first point. No, I'm gonna do numbers. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna do it. Number 1. I reckon I can do this. Number 1. So first things first is to try to remember that your friends probably have no idea what you look like on a day-to-day basis. Only ever you do, really. So I tried to tell myself, hold up, do I remember what Zoe, who's my best friend, do I remember what Zoe looked like last week when I went to see her? No. So she probably doesn't know that what I look like, and she probably doesn't care either, because I don't care what she looks like. It's never the body image of someone that you ever remember. It's always the time that you had, and the things that you were doing or the things you were talking about. If you think about it, you never really remember. You might remember a friend's outfit if it was banging, but you don't really remember, oh, she was looking bigger today. It never really happens, so don't worry about it, because people aren't doing that to you. And I feel like a lot of the time, the bad body image days come from like a sense of anxiety that people are thinking that of you. And actually, you don't think that about anyone else. So no one else is thinking that about you. So you're cool for cats, babes. Number 2 is probably just water weight. Water weight is where our bodies will hold on to water for so many variety of reasons. So it could be because we ate something we ate a bit more yesterday, so we're holding a little bit more water where we've had more calories. It might be that we ate a few more carbs than we did maybe last week. Carbs tend to hold a lot more water, and that is a fact that carbs do not make you fat at all. It's not a fat mass. It could be your body might hold water based on where you are in your cycle. Your body will hold water based on the type of workout you would have done. Your body would have held a bit more water based on how much water you have drank. Whether you've drank alcohol's like can dehydrate us but also inflame us. It could be that you've eaten something that doesn't agree with you, so you've inflamed. There's so many reasons for water weight, and that is probably what it is. It's very, very unlikely that you will wake up one day and be completely different to what you were the day before because it is fat. It's probably just water weight, which, well, we fluctuate all the time anyway, so it will probably go in a few days. Then if you are feeling what I call puffy and fluffy, which tends to be what we get from like water weight or inflammation, look at your type of workout. Are you working out quite regularly, or are you working out a little bit too much? And the only time you can really see that is to analyze your workout schedule and what you've got planned and what you do on a day-to-day basis. Maybe cut it back a little bit or change some of the workouts and then evaluate it. What can happen is that, especially when we're first getting into exercise, or when we've been into exercise a lot, where if you come from my background where we were like a little bit fitness obsessed, is it becomes so much of our schedule and so much we should train 5 days a week that actually like our bodies can't work well with that. My body personally, if I tried to get it to work out 5 times a week, oh my Christ, my body would not be able to handle it. I can only do 3 days a week, and even then I would say that's probably the max. I think if I was going to ask it to train even more, I would have to really focus on like nutrition and sleeping. I would have to put so much focus on it that it just wouldn't be worth it in terms of my quality of life. So it may be that you need to look at your training schedule. Are you training a little bit too much, or are your workouts a little bit too intense that your body is taking just that little bit longer to recover? And all it might mean is that actually it can tolerate 5 days a week or whatever days a week, and it can tolerate that program, but you might have just been doing it for a little bit too long. Are you pushing yourself a little bit too much in each workout? Could you maybe just take a week off, which what we would call as personal trainers a deload week, which is where you would go for it in a session and you would progressively overload, so constantly add the weight and keep pushing yourself, which is what we want out of a program and out of a training session, right? But I would factor in a deload week, which is just where you really scale it back. And what that idea is you just let your body reset. You just let it have a little breather and a little moment before you can then really ramp it up again and start progressive overloading. So it might be that you want to look around your training, whether you want to scale back the workouts, whether you want to change up your programming, or you might just need like a little deload week. If you work with a personal trainer, they'll know exactly what I mean, so just message them, or if you want me to take a look at your programs or workout schedule, then just DM me or something. I'm getting quite a few DMs at the minute, so it might take me a few days to reply, but I'm here to help, gals. Okay, number 4. Now, I kind of mentioned it in the water weight point, but it could be to do with your hormones. Right, now, when we're just after our period, we're feeling like really motivated to do stuff. When we're around our ovulation, we're feeling banging. We're feeling really sexy. That is mental as well, because of the hormones that are produced. Our body will naturally want us to have sex because that is the time that we would be able to reproduce. However, after we've ovulated and our bodies realise we're not pregnant, what will happen is our hormones will change profile and it will start to prepare to shed the lining. Now, what that can do is increase water weight, but that can also mentally basically tell us like, yeah, you're not having sex, and you're like, so we may feel slightly different towards our body compared to what we did at ovulation. So you might be like, oh, last week I was feeling so great about my body, and this week I feel like shit. Babe, that's probably just because your hormones have changed. And that's pretty normal. So we just got to ride it if that's the case. And a top tip for that, if you are unsure, is get to know your cycle, because for me, since getting to know my cycle, it's really helped me when I've had like a real bad body image day and I've been like, why? And then I've worked out where I am in my cycle and I'm like, okay, yeah, fair enough. It's because I'm due on or whatever, so I'm probably not going to be feeling my best. Number 5 would be the stress. Are we having quite a stressful time at the moment? Stress can show up in our bodies and manifest in so many different ways. And the thing is with stress is that you don't have to have 5 kids, add a full-time job, and a house to run and be a single mum to have stress. Stress can be completely different for anyone. We only know our own realities, right? So you might have a stressful time in your work, or you might even be starting a new routine, especially like with everything that's been going on in the world. You might be stressed just because of that. If you've had a really shit night's sleep, that's really going to play a part in your mood. So could we be looking at improving our sleep? Number 7 would be, look, people love you for so much more than anything of what you look like. And if you are having a bad day, try to reach out to your closest that really get it. Now, I would actually advise you reach out to someone that is of a similar age, of a similar lifestyle, because that way you're living similar lives, and I guarantee they'll be going through the same thing. Or if you don't have someone like that, the internet is an amazing place, right? I put my hands up and I say the internet can be horrendous for some people, but there are also people out there that are going through exactly the same thing. And I've made some great friends over Instagram, and sometimes just speaking to someone, message me or message any of the people that comment on my post, because I'm sure that they will 100% be your hype girl. And I often think that actually sometimes we just need to voice our feelings to someone that understands or someone that cares about us, so we can get like a little bit hyped up. And I think we have to be careful in that whole like wallowing. So like, babe, I feel shit about myself. I think make sure you always reach out and double check that they're in a good enough place to be able to like help you out, and make it a conversation rather than just going to them and be like, help me. It could be like, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm cool. Oh, actually, I've been feeling like a little bit shit. Sometimes you just need to have that connection. I think potentially that could have been lost, especially with everything that's going on this year. I think connection is so important, and really voicing your feelings to those who care. As females, it's something that we naturally find really helpful. Like feminine energy is all about like sharing and speaking about our feelings. So yeah, that would be a good one to do. Number 8 would be, this is like a journaling one, and you probably know that I'm a big fan of journaling, but I would just get a piece of paper, and I partly love this because I bloody love a list, and it will be to write down everything that you have done that is absolutely amazing, that has nothing to do with your body. So it could be I went to uni and I graduated. It could be I found the love of my life. It could be I got a dog. It could be anything that you have done that is so amazing to you and really heartfelt to you that is nothing to do with your body. So it could be, you know, that you're really funny and that you love how much you make people laugh. Any qualities or anything that you've done or anything that you've got that just isn't anything really to do with what you look like. It's just a really nice grounding exercise to help us remember that actually we are so much more than our bodies, and actually like look at all of this stuff that I've done, I've got, I have, or whatever. And it's like when you look at all of that, you're just like, oh yeah, cool, I am more than my body. That's pretty cool. Number 9 would be to use affirmations. So you could affirm something like, I'm a sexy badass. But that only really works if we believe it. So our affirmations are something that we really want to be able to feel into. So if you aren't feeling like a sexy badass and you go, I am a sexy badass, I am a sexy badass, and you're really like, yeah, but I'm not, I'm minging, because you're having one of those bad days, you could just reach for something that's a little bit better. So maybe not I am a sexy badass, but you could potentially look at like, I trust my body, or I really respect my body, or I love that my body keeps me alive every single day. So affirmations don't always have to be your like top feeling that you want to be feeling. It could just mean that right now all you need is to just find a little bit of respect for yourself and a little bit of self-love, and that might be just, I respect my body and I love my body for keeping me healthy and alive. It could just be that. And along with affirmations as well, it's a really nice way of feeling really deep into gratitude, and I love gratitude. I often can like slip into just like, I love mornings, I love cups of tea and stuff like that, but you really need to like feel into it. So your body is so much more than how you look. It helps you digest food, you're able to taste, you're able to see, that kind of thing. So you could write a gratitude list about how much respect you have for your body. It's like, I love my body for enabling me to see like all the colours of the rainbow. I love my body because it's it's able for me to smell my like favourite perfume. You don't always have to reach for gratitude and affirmations to feel like someone that you're just not quite feeling at the minute. It could just be just about finding just a little bit of respect for our bodies that is away from how it necessarily looks. Does that make sense? And then finally, and I feel like it works all the time, get yourself a favourite song and play it loudly every time you're having a bad day. Two of my favourites, Play Your Own Kind of Music by Paloma Faith. Play your own kind of music, sing that one special song. Oh, it's such a banger, my stepmom sent it. And the other one that is my absolute favourite is This Is Me by The Greatest Showman. Look out, 'cause here I come. It's just so empowering. Put it in headphones if you don't want to wake the neighbours up or whatever. But yeah, those are some things. Those are my top tips. I don't really know what they are, but I hope this video has helped, and that if you are having a bad image day, that you can maybe remember some of these things and it's kind of helped you. But if it hasn't, then please like send it on to a friend because it might help them. Yeah, please like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. I upload a video every single week and I chat waffle on Instagram daily. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!